raise hand function in the chat so we can call on you. And we'll first go to Rod McKenzie. Rod, go ahead.
Hey, Kyle, they broke out pictures of the new uniforms that you're going to be wearing tomorrow. What's your take on them?
I'm excited. I saw them on social media just like you guys. So, that started my Friday off on a great note. They look brighter than they do in person than they do on camera. So I was kind of surprised by that, but I love them.
Kelly Quinlan.
Obviously, you guys, had a rough game up in Blacksburg and a little bit of a rough streak in the last two games. Kind of what do you guys need to do on Saturday to turn this around? I know scoring the basket's been really a huge issue, but just kind of what do you see as kind of some keys to getting things turned around?
Like you said, it always helps when we can, score at a great rate. But I think that all starts with our energy and it starts with our defense. If we can create points off turnovers like we did against Florida State, I feel like that opens things up for us and we won't have to, play such a half-court game.
Floor is open. Who's got a question? Go ahead, Ken Segura.
The Miami game and then in the last game, you fell behind and then came back really strongly. And actually that's happened other times too. Is that something you look at and think, we're not doing X or Y in the first halves? I know also finishing the first half has also been, challenge with something you actually did really well against Florida State, but what are your thoughts?
Definitely. I think sometimes we may have like scoring droughts throughout the first half, like the end of the first half or throughout the second half. I think we can clean that up just by, again, forcing turnovers, getting easy buckets so we won't have to make so much pressure on our offense. I think that's a big thing and a big theme for our season.
Is that something you feel like in a drought where, you haven't scored in 3-4 trips?
For sure. And it's kind of, I put it on my shoulders more because, being a point guard, I have to not only direct, but create. So I've been looking at that a lot these past few days, just seeing what I can do more of or who I should involve more of and things of that nature.
Can I ask one more thing on that string? Like what does that feel like when you're in that situation where, you've had some 4 or 5 trips in a row where you haven't scored?
It sucks, honestly. It's hard sometimes just because in the flow of the game, but I think a lot of times we have good shots that they just don't go in, and that's how the game goes as well. But I think if we continue to just believe in one another, believe in the work we put in, I feel like we can live with the results.
Moose, you're muted.
Sorry, Rod. Go ahead, Rod.
Hey, Kyle, you're playing another afternoon game. Is the atmosphere any different there than playing a night game? I know there was a lot of energy when you played Florida State at night. Mm-hmm. How is it any different from playing at night?
Yeah, like you said, it was a lot of energy playing Florida State at night, but I think that was also the opponent too. I think, we have a pretty good rivalry with Florida State on this side as of right now. But I think the fans brought it also in the game against Miami. I think we just have to duplicate that energy and bring energy so they can have something to cheer for.
Kelly Quinlan, go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, I was just curious, offensively, you guys, you had great looks even at Virginia Tech, these point blank shots, layups, not, balls rimming out, particularly from three. Just how do you deal with that when that happens and getting those shots to fall? I mean, it's sort of the basketball gods piece of it, right? Like, I guess just how do you, as a player, like, what do you have to just go to the hole and try to lay it in, or is there something in particular that you can do to kind of break that spell?
Yeah. I know I sound like a broken record, but I always saying get easy ones, that can help, the more tougher shots go in, layups, free throws, finding your rhythm. But like you said, I think we have shot a lot of good shots that just rimmed out on us. And I guess that's just the basketball guys, as they say. But, I feel like we prepare all of us as a team and individually. So I'm confident in our abilities. They'll start to come back in.
Back to Ken Segura. Ken?
How have you seen Coach Passer and the staff try to keep you guys encouraged and pointed in the right direction as you're, going through the stretch?
They've just been positive for us. Always keeping our energy up, always reminding us that it's the process over the results. Because if we dominate the process, the results will follow. So they just been really high on controlling what we can control, and everything else is gonna fall in place.
Back to Rod McKenzie. Rod.
Hey, Kyle, it seems your outside shooting has improved as the year is going on. Do you see defenses playing you any different than maybe if they really come out and get in your face, you can drive around them?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I think I've just been more confident in my outside shot. I've put in a lot of time with it, and I feel like defense is starting to adjust to it a little bit more. But that doesn't change anything on my end. My teammates are giving me great shots, so I'm gonna keep shooting them and sticking them, hopefully.
Okay, got time for another if anybody's got one. Let's go back to Kelly Quinlan. Kelly.
What you've played some with Dave on the court together, and even Mike, the three of you guys. What's that kind of dynamic like in terms of how you guys handle the ball and who plays off the ball and stuff? Is there a spoken thing, or is it just change possession to possession? Kind of how do you guys do that?
I think we just flow. Whenever you have multiple ball handlers on the floor, the spacing, I feel like we all can knock down shots, and I feel like it helps our offense. We're all team guys first, so it doesn't matter who brings the ball up the court or who initiates the offense. It's all a free flowing offense. So we just try to get the best shot every time, and that's why I think we've been good when we've done that.
Okay, we'll wrap it up with Ken Segura. Ken, go ahead.
Kyle, there's a little off topic, and I'm kind of putting in a spot here, but Rod had mentioned, you talked about the uniforms and the kind of the idea of honoring Black excellence. Is there someone or something you think of when you consider that idea
of Black excellence?
Right. Yes.
Man.
Like, is there someone like, someone in history that you really admire or?
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, this may be a weird answer, but I think everyone has their share in Black excellence, because Black excellence isn't just success to me. It's, the dirty work, our ancestors who laid the foundation for us to be here today. For me to be sitting here talking to you, going to a great school like this, that's Black excellence to me, and that doesn't just come, with people who've done great things like basketball or music or things of that nature. That's the daily work that they do.
Well, thank you very much.
Sure.
Sorry about the dog.
Oh, you good?
Was that you, Ken?
Not me personally, but yeah, sir. Here. This guy right there. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Chip Towers.
All right, Kyle. Thanks a lot for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
No doubt. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.